We're used to looking up at the stars, but have you ever wondered how far down we can go? Let's descend into the heart of the Earth and discover the true scale of the depths beneath our feet. About 7 feet, the standard burial depth in many cultures around the world. This is also where most earthworms live, processing the soil by passing it through their bodies. 13 feet. This is where the deepest fox and badger burrows end. Badgers expand these underground systems over generations, and some have been in use for hundreds of years. 20 feet. Nile crocodiles can bury themselves this deep in mud to survive droughts. In this dormant state, they may go for several months without water. 40 feet. The deepest known animal burrow on Earth, dug by an African desert ground squirrel. No other animal is known to burrow deeper into the ground. 65 feet. In arid deserts, tree roots can reach this depth in search of groundwater. Without these roots, a desert tree might not survive a single season. 130 feet. The depth of Y40 the Deep Joy in Italy, one of the world's deepest diving pools. It is filled with warm thermal water. 330 feet. A botanical record, the roots of a wild fig tree in South Africa's Echo Caves. The tree grows on the surface while its roots penetrate the entire thickness of the rock below. 400 feet. The deepest dive ever completed by a person on a single breath without fins. New Zealander William Truebridge reached this depth while holding his breath for more than 4 minutes. 500 feet. In exceptionally clear ocean water, only a few rays of sunlight can reach this far. Below this point, permanent twilight begins. 700 feet. The depth of a salt mine in Poland where underground marathons are held. The air inside the salt chambers is believed to have therapeutic benefits for the lungs. 790 feet. The depth below sea level of one of the world's deepest underwater road tunnels located in Norway. While driving through it, you are literally traveling beneath the sea floor. 940 feet. The depth of one of the world's deepest subway stations located in Chongqing, China. The escalator ride down takes nearly 10 minutes. 1,300 feet. The depth of the world's deepest hand-dug well, excavated in Britain using buckets and manual labor. It took several years to complete. 1,600 feet. A typical proposed depth for the geological disposal of high-level nuclear waste in solid rock. At this depth, the material must remain isolated for tens of thousands of years. 2,300 feet, the depth at which 33 Chilean miners were trapped for 69 days. Their rescue was watched live by people around the world. 2,700 feet. For scale, imagine the Burj Khalifa, the tallest skyscraper in the world, turned upside down. The entire building would fit within this depth. 3,300 feet. The beginning of the ocean's midnight zone, where sunlight disappears completely. Many creatures here produce their own light. 3,700 feet. The depth of a hotel built inside a former Swedish mine. Guests travel to their rooms in an old mining elevator. 4,600 feet. An underground laboratory in the United States where scientists search for dark matter, shielded from cosmic radiation. The enormous mass of rock above acts like a giant protective barrier. 1 mile. The maximum depth of Lake Baikal, the deepest lake on Earth. It contains roughly 1/5 of the world's unfrozen surface fresh water. 1.2 miles. The greatest vertical depth of the Grand Canyon, measured from the rim to the lowest point below. The river carved this enormous chasm over millions of years. 1.4 miles. The depth of Veryovkina Cave in Abkhazia, one of the deepest known natural caves in the world. Reaching the bottom can take experienced cave explorers several days. 1.5 miles. The depth of an underground laboratory beneath a mountain in China. Nearly 1.5 miles of solid marble separate it from the surface. 1.9 miles. A depth reached by experimental deep-sea vehicles. The normal operating depth of military nuclear submarines is several times shallower. 1.9 miles. The maximum recorded diving depth of elephant seals. They descend through complete darkness in search of prey. 2.4 miles. The resting place of the Titanic on the floor of the North Atlantic. Specialized deep-sea bacteria are slowly consuming the wreckage. 2.5 miles. The approximate depth of the deepest gold mines on Earth, located in South Africa. The surrounding rock can reach temperatures of about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. 2.8 miles. The average depth of the world's oceans. Much of the planet's seafloor lies near this level. 3.7 miles. The beginning of the Hadal Zone, where the pressure reaches around 600 atmospheres. An ordinary submarine would be crushed almost instantly. 4.3 miles. The depth at which some of the deepest living fish have been discovered, including species of snailfish. Their bodies are soft, nearly transparent, and almost jelly-like. 5.5 miles. The height of Mount Everest turned upside down. Even the tallest mountain on Earth could disappear completely into the ocean's deepest trenches. 6.2 miles. The cruising altitude of a passenger jet transferred the same distance beneath the ground. Imagine traveling that entire distance not through the sky, but through solid rock. 6.8 miles. The bottom of the Mariana Trench. Challenger Deep is the deepest known point in the world's oceans. 6.8 miles. Bacteria and single-celled organisms can survive in sediment under immense pressure at these depths. This is one of the final frontiers where life still persists. 7.6 miles. The depth of the Kola Superdeep Borehole. At temperatures approaching 356 degrees Fahrenheit, the rock became so hot and pliable that it began closing around the borehole, making further drilling impossible. 7.7 miles. The measured length of an oil well near Sakhalin, notable for its enormous horizontal reach. Humanity traveled farther not by drilling straight down, but by drilling sideways. 22 miles. Beneath many continents, this is approximately where the Earth's crust ends and the mantle begins. No drill in human history has reached even a small fraction of this distance. Now the question is, which of these depths impressed you the most? Write the number that surprised you most in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into the depths, subscribe to the channel so we can continue exploring the most incredible scales of our world together.